Live from the underground, we are here in fabulous downtown LA for Welfair's release party of her new single, Purple Sheets. It's going to be a dope one. Tune in to Paul. Live from the underground, I'm sitting here with the lovely Danielle Espinoza, aka Welfair. How you doing tonight?
I'm good. How are you?
Excellent.
Do I grab it? Do we share?
Yeah,
do we
share
do it together?
Off top. So, tell me a little about yourself. So, you're originally from LA?
Yes.
Yeah, you grew up out here?
Yes, born and raised.
Okay, what section?
Well, I was born in Pasadena.
Hey, I lived there for years. Went to school out there, yeah.
Yeah, I was born in Pasadena, but I grew up in East LA.
Okay.
In the hood until I was about 6 or 7, and then moved to a little town called Montebello, and then I've been there ever since.
All right.
And yeah, just been here forever.
Cool. So, like, what was your upbringing like?
I guess I was super shy as a kid, like mute shy. If you were to talk to any of my relatives, they would just be shocked that I do this because, first of all, they're just like, you talk now, you know? I was very, very mute as a kid. But I always loved art and artists, you know, like Michael Jackson and like Prince and Whitney Houston, and I was just centered around, I was given these genres from all of my siblings. I'm the youngest of 5 siblings, so what I can recall off the top of my head is like when you're going places in the car, usually in my family it'd be like the oldest gets the front seat, like the oldest gets shotgun. So it'd be like we were all forced to listen to what they put on, right? So it'd be like, I want to listen to this. Because my mom didn't really care. She'd be like, okay, whatever, like put on whatever you want.
I feel you.
But whoever was in the front seat, it's like whatever they put on, we all just listen to it because we're all in the back seat, you know? So anyway, yeah, so each person would basically have their turn, but I was always the youngest, so my ass never sat in the front. So I always just listened to what they listened to, and that ranged from like Erykah Badu to like Rage Against the Machine to like just and everything in between, you know? So music was definitely a huge part of my upbringing, and my dad's also a musician, and he led the worship service in our family's church at the time, but I wasn't even born yet. I was like in the womb. So I was like in the womb, like getting down. I like to joke, but
praise on. Yeah,
but by the time I was born, my parents were already divorced, so I listened to my dad's like cassettes a lot and stuff like that. So I definitely, music's just always been there, pretty much. Yeah.
That is so
if that answers your question.
Cool. So how long have you been making music, and at what point did you say, I want to do this?
That's a good question. So I've been making music, I started writing music in 2013. I was first and foremost a dancer. I really fell in love with dance because I didn't have to talk and I didn't have to speak. I can just express myself physically. You know, I didn't have to say anything or say anything wrong, you know. And I was really comfortable there. And then, I don't know, I just had a crazy epiphany when I was about 18. I started going to college for it. And, you know, I don't know if anyone's ever been to like an arts college, but
nice.
I mean,
where'd you go?
Do you know, but I just didn't really enjoy it.
What college did you go to?
I went to AMDA. It stands for American Music and Dramatic Academy. It's out here in Hollywood.
Okay.
And I did not finish. No shade, I just personally just didn't vibe with it that well. And yeah, so anyway, long story short, it just gave me an epiphany that I wanted to do music, and I just started doing music, and my first kind of moment was singing backup / co-lead for a band called Thick as Thieves, and we were like a jazz kind of alternative band when alternative was still a thing. And they would always have me sing like the harmonies and the back vocals, and would give me a verse or two, so it was kind of like backups and lead. And then I wrote my first song with them, actually. And then that's when it kind of sparked that interest, and ever since then I've just been kind of rolling with it. So technically 2013, I would say.
So a lot of people want to know what's your songwriting process. So can you tell me like what gets you in the mood to write?
Ooh, okay. Honestly, almost anything and everything. I'll say this, the majority of the time it's feelings, like my feelings, what I'm going through. Music is my outlet, so it's like the healthiest way I could think of getting through anything, whether it's being really happy or being really sad or being confused or whatever it is. Music is definitely my best way of kind of turning it into something productive and healthy. So I would say emotions and feelings are definitely like my inspiration in just everyday life. My nieces and nephews inspire me a lot, my family inspires me a lot, my roots inspire me a lot, people that are around me inspire me a lot, yeah.
Nice, okay. Can you tell me a little about like your roots, like what's your family's heritage?
Yeah, sure. So my mom is from El Paso, Texas, and my dad is from Guadalajara. And I was, born here, so I'm Mexican American.
Okay. When it comes to going back to artists, you mentioned a lot of legendary names. Who would be like your dream collab? Like who would you see like Welfair working with?
Oh man, that's so hard. Well, I really can't name one because that's really hard. But I would love to work with Erykah Badu.
Nice.
I would love to
totally see that.
I would love to work with Paul McCartney.
Really?
Yeah, I would. He's a really good songwriter. He's Paul McCartney. And I don't know. I love so many different genres, so I could kind of pick one from each one. Kaytranada would be a cool one.
I could totally see that.
Yeah,
yeah, your voice would sound really dope over his beats. Speaking of beats, do you produce your own stuff?
I do. I write and arrange and produce my music, yes.
Awesome. I saw that you used that NPC thing with that voice box, and it kind of took me back because I'm thinking like Parliament, Funkadelic.
Absolutely.
Can you tell me what it's like using that and using like kind of a retro piece of equipment in these modern times?
Well, I don't know. The microKORG is like my best friend. I pretty much write everything on the microKORG. If it's not like stream of consciousness, words, melodies that is coming out with my voice, microKORG is like my go-to. Using the vocoder though, that was just something that I just really wanted to do. I grew up with a lot of Zapp and Roger and funk and like oldies and stuff like
so
that.
Did I.
Just like in my culture too, the whole Chicano soul era.
Slow and low car shows.
Yeah,
Riders,
totally.
all that.
So Brenton Wood, all that. Yeah, so it's just, I just wanted to have a song like that. You know what I mean? And not limited to either. Like I'm definitely gonna. I'm gonna say the F word.
You can say whatever you want.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna fuck with the vocoder a lot more, and hopefully maybe even move on to Talkbox. But that's we'll see about that.
Yeah, that is so dope. How do you feel about being like, to my knowledge, like one of the few like Latina funk artists out there?
Oh, I didn't even think about that. I guess it's pretty cool. Yeah, just doing my thing,
You feel like you're blazing a trail?
Honestly, I'm just trying to do me, I'm just trying to find my sound and like not really kind of limit myself to a sound either. I really love so many types of music that I just want to continue to experiment and be open to, new things musically, sonically, that whole.
And tell them about your single, Purple Sheets.
Oh, Purple Sheets. So I just dropped that single like 2-3 days ago. And that song is just about kind of being conscious about who you give your time to. So literally in the lyrics it just says like, next time I'll think it through. And that's basically the overall message of the entire song. It's just kind of like, okay, cool, noted. Like I got that. I'm not gonna do that again,
Word.
I'll think it through next time.
Yeah, I think it through. You learn from experience.
Exactly.
Oh, my favorite song by you is Propaganda.
Oh,
so can you tell me,
you.
like, the opening, like, snippet, can you tell me, like, what all that was about and what that song's message is?
Yeah, totally. So the sample in the beginning, it's not really a sample because I told my friend what to say. Shout out to Jason from La Chamba. I basically found an old ad on the internet.
How do you look in your bathing suit? Skinny? Well, good news for thousands of girls who have no sex appeal. Thousands gain 10 to 25 pounds with this new easy way.
It was from the 50s, and the song kind of touches on just being a woman in society and how we're constantly oppressed, and it's just kind of shitty, honestly. You're just never... and then it also touches on how branding oneself has become the new normal kind of thing with social media and all that. And it's just kind of what you got to do, especially if you're doing music. Like, you just kind of gotta have to be social media savvy. That's just how it is now. You
Definitely.
know?
Now I'm starting to
it's
see
just
that.
how it is. So anyway, long story short, the intro of that is just basically reading an old ad from the 50s saying like, are you, I can't remember every single word right now, but it's basically saying like, are you skinny? Like, are you, how do you feel in your, or how do you look in your bathing suit? Skinny? And in the 50s, that was bad. To not be curvy and not be voluptuous like Marilyn Monroe or something, right? And then, you know, fast forward to, I mean, now a lot of things are happening where, you know, body positivity and all sizes, shapes and sizes and colors are being loved, which I'm all about. But anyway, there's also, you know, propaganda bullshit, like ads being like, you know, you should weigh this much or you should be this thin or whatever. And that's basically how, the irony of that, and it ends with actually a Trump quote. The end sample is basically, it's from an interview of a female reporter asking Trump a question saying like, why can't I get paid the same as a man? She's a woman. And he said, you'll get paid when you do as good a job. And then he starts laughing. And that's how the song ends. So that's basically just the overall message of the song, of just me kind of being pissed off for a little while. And I see what you're trying to do to me, and it's not going to work. Like, I know my worth, and I know, like, I'm chilling. I just gotta, like, not listen to you. Yeah, he just has a very animated voice, and I was like, sound really douchey. Yeah. And sound really douchey when you laugh, too. Because that's, like, the message, you know?
I feel like as much of an asshole as he is, his character's just going to get, like, replicated in, like, cartoons and so many other places. It already is. Yeah. All right. Well, enough about that asshole Trump. Yeah. So tell me, I see you're cool with that band, with that artist Chicano Batman. Can you tell about how that friendship kind of sparked off?
Who?
Mike Jones.
Well, it's kind of okay. I'll give you the really condensed version. So long story short, I actually became good friends with a good friend of mine named Laura. She's actually the lead singer of Chicano Batman's wife, and I used to model a lot back in the day. So I don't know how, I just caught wind of her Instagram, and I reached out, I slid in the DMs, and I was like, yo, I'm down to model for free, if, like, you know, whatever. So anyway, she took me up on that, and inevitably I met Bardo, who's the lead singer of Chicano Batman, because they're, like, married and shit. So, yeah, and then, of course, I got super starstruck. It's something that I'm very, very embarrassed about. I just really can't help it. I'm working on it. But anyway, I met him, and I was like, whoa, this is crazy. And he asked me, like, oh, you know, like, do you make music or anything? And I was like, I do. And, yeah, long story short, super, super cool dude, super humble, so supportive. It's, like, still, I can't even believe that I even know him, honestly. I've already known him for, like, maybe 5-6 years. But it's so tight. I love him so much.
Awesome. I can tell he's taught you a lot, and you guys have like a great relationship as far as like working together and being like homies.
Yeah.
For sure. So can you tell me one question I always forget to the end, but I should always ask first? How'd you come up with the name Welfair?
Oh, yeah, I get that question a lot. Well, I basically just didn't think my real name was cool enough, so I didn't want to just use my name. And I wanted to pick something that I would stand by forever. And to me, welfare is basically, it means what the word welfare means and then some. So it's basically, it was inspired by me just wanting to be a better person and for my well-being and for the well-being of others as well. So that's pretty much where it stemmed from. And then I just kind of manipulated the spelling just to also like add in fairness in there and, you know, equality and all that good stuff. You know, I feel like it helps me be a better person, kind of standing by and repping that name.
Definitely.
I mean?
Yeah, I was kind of thinking like it meant like wellness for all.
Right. It basically means like well-being, like your well-being, your welfare.
I like it. Okay.
Yeah.
Kind of a double entendre.
Right.
All right. Can you tell me like who do you view as like peer artists?
Peer artists, like similar sounding, you mean? Or
yeah, similar sounding, or you might, you know, catch you alongside with these people.
I would probably say Kelly Uchis, dare I say?
Definitely. I love that cover you did of her song too.
Oh, thank you. I would also maybe say Erykah Badu. I would also maybe say Gorillaz.
Yeah,
maybe
I was thinking
Little Dragon.
Yeah, because they were on Not the Gorillas, Kali Uchis and Erykah Badu were on. God, I reviewed this album a couple of years ago. But I forget that one Gorillas album.
Sure.
Yeah, just I'll think of it later, and then you guys are gonna roast me in the comments.
Yeah.
Okay. So do you have any plans to tour?
I do. I'm not gonna say too much about it, but I definitely am planning something. Yes.
Okay. So, going back to your family, I know you said your dad was a musician, and there's a song called I Don't Know Why.
Yeah.
Yeah, that really like inspired you. Tell me, what was it like making that, and how did that come about?
Well, basically, I Don't Know Why is a song that pretty much no one's heard yet unless you've been at a live show. It's not released under Welfair, at least, but it's my dad's song, and he wrote it, and it was on one of his records, his gospel band. He was in a lot of bands, but one of the record that it's off of was in a band that he was in that was called Bittersweet Gospel Band, and I actually subbed some of the words. Yeah, so the song is just paying homage to my dad. You know, he's one of my biggest inspirations, and I wish, like, I aspire to be even a quarter of what he is. He's such a good writer, he's such a good performer, like, he's such a good singer, he's such a good musician, so I just wanted to kind of do that, just for me, and I feel like I'm more connected with him that way. My dad's actually illegal, he's not from here, he lives in Rosarito, and he got deported a while ago, so if I want to visit him, I have to, like, cross the border and go see him. So I just feel like it's kind of having a piece of him with me in my shows, and, you know, just kind of having a moment to myself to kind of, like, you know, feel his energy, you know.
Being the daughter of an immigrant and, like, having experienced, like, what's going on with, like, Trump and ICE and that stuff, like, how does it make you feel that, like, because of these fucked up policies that are in place, like, you know, what's happening to your family?
It's horrible. It's horrible, and I think it's honestly disgusting. It turns my stomach just thinking about it, you know? But I mean, you know, there's a lot of work that needs to be done, but art helps, you know? Yeah.
It does always help you get through it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, for sure. We're going to take a couple questions from Instagram. So the first one comes from Lemon Hot Cheetos. Shout out to her. Do you like roller coasters?
I do like roller coasters, just not the ones where you hang where you're facing the ground.
Like Tatsu?
Like Tatsu.
Six Flags.
Yeah, I don't like that.
I think all roller coasters
I'm down with, like, well, now I'm just talking Six Flags, but I'm down with, like, Riddler's Revenge, and, like, I don't fuck with Goliath. I went on Goliath once, and I blacked out, you guys.
I haven't been to Six Flags in, like, 10 years.
I'm not down with that.
Yeah,
I'm cool with roller coasters, but I'm not gonna, like, you know, I know my limits.
For sure.
Yeah.
So, they want to know what your favorite dance is.
My favorite dance?
Yeah.
Oh, that's so hard. My favorite dance, I think, I don't know, man. I got a weird one. I don't even know what it's called. Well, I low-key really love the moonwalk. And
Classic.
I also like, and the robot. I think the robot, like, you know, those two things never go out of style. You bust that out and everyone's like, oh. You know?
Yeah.
It never gets old. If you can do that, you're set.
Yeah, for real. That's like such a timeless
The moonwalk's pretty hard, but if you
robot, it sounds kind of corny, but like if you hit it right, sometimes it just goes.
Straight up.
And the last one is they want to know, what do you do for fun besides music?
Nothing. Just kidding. I like to... That actually is a good question because I pretty much only do music all the time. I really like nature a lot. I like being outside a lot.
Okay.
And...
You go hiking?
Not as much as I should, but I do love hiking. I love hiking. Not intense hiking, but I like walking around and, you know, breathing greenery. Yeah. You know, I'm in the city a lot, so I appreciate being outdoors a lot. So that's something that I like, and I still like dancing. So, yeah.
No doubt, for sure. Favorite food?
Favorite food, pizza.
Favorite drink?
Mezcal.
Favorite time of day?
Sunset.
Favorite movie?
Favorite movie? Oh, there's so many, but I'm just gonna go with The Mask.
Favorite weed strain?
Ooh, what is that? Strawberry, oh my gosh. I can't remember my favorite. Oh well,
Where do you
sativa.
see? Really?
I'm a sativa girl.
Okay. Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
In 5 years, I just aspire to stay inspired. I just want to stay inspired.
I like that.
You know
That's a
what
quote
I mean?
right there. I aspire to stay inspired.
No, but real talk.
Welfair.
I mean it. I mean it. That's where I see myself in 5 years.
I like it. Okay. What was your first car?
Ooh, are you ready for this? It was a 93, which is the same age as me. So we were the same age.
Yeah, we're the same
It was
age
a
too.
red 93 Honda Del Sol. It's basically like a life-size Hot Wheel, and it was a 90s car. So it was a two-seater, and it had automatic windows, so you didn't have to do this. It automatic windows.
Oh, like
Yeah, and the top came off, but it came off. You had buttons, like little levers to push, and that shit fit in the trunk.
did Exhibit pull up on you to pimp your ride?
Yo, my ride was already pimped, man. That shit was tight.
That far?
I miss that car.
Okay. Sure. Welfare. Anything else that people should know about you?
I love you guys, and thank you for supporting me and my endeavors. I really, really appreciate it. It's like so shocking. It's so cool to know that people know my songs or listen to them just by choice. Like that's the coolest thing ever. So thank you all. Thank you guys so much.
We're gonna go watch you kill it, watch you perform tonight. It's gonna be so much fun.
Thank you guys so much for having me. I appreciate it.
Well, this has been Live from the Underground. You can find Welfare's music, if you're on Spotify, on our exclusive Pretty Awesome Lit Women playlist, featuring all female artists. Everybody you've seen on Palm so far: Vita Kari, Shakaya, Mia Gladstone, so many more. Amanda Rome West, and yeah, it's lit. That's Pretty Awesome Lit Women.
Such an amazing show. Man, I'd love to see you again. It was great. Great to see you. Shout out Welfair. That show was amazing. Great job, Welfair. Shout out.